that even better. So what I will encourage you is to go through Psalms 38. I might not be able to go through every verse, but Psalms 38, David was not just asking God for forgiveness, but he was pouring out his entire life. And he says in verse 13, he continues, I am silent, but to them who cannot speak. So sometimes you want to react and you want to be invited, but it's okay to keep silent. Another form of rejection is romantic rejection. When someone you're emotionally interested in does not return the feeling or ends a relationship, whether doing dating, after proposal, or ongoing partnership. That can be hard. I remember my first broken heart. I think since I got married, I got healed from that. That was tough because I really like that guy so much. I like the guy to the point where I always wanted, like, he was, I think, quote unquote, everything I ever wanted, right? I have more than one, but he pretended to be someone who he wasn't. And that was very hard. It was not just hard, it was hard for me to end the relationship because I was like, no, and I was praying for it. But breakups can be hard. One of the things you can do to help with breakups is start doing some self-love and loving on yourself, telling yourself every day you're beautiful, and dream about the life that you want. Dream about the person you want to date eventually. Write it down on a piece of paper. We can put all the things on a piece of paper and say to ourselves, I'm not pretty enough. It's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of whatever. But what I will encourage you, don't do that to yourself. They're better without you. You are perfectly fine the way you are. You're beautiful the way you are. Nobody, if they reject you, it was not gonna work out. Right? And after me with the breakups and stuff, I saw how I always said to myself, I am God's child. And if any man, quote unquote man at the time, made me cry, God is going to deal with them because my daddy will deal with them. And I have seen so much people who have broken my heart. I've gone through some really breakup and worse than whatever. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I missed the bullet. And as I continue with Psalms 38, David said, pray, don't let my enemy club over me or rejoice at my downfall. So don't rejoice. I said don't rejoice. Sometimes we want to take revenge in our hands and we want to take him like, he breaks my heart. No, we don't have to do that. David is saying in verse 16, I pray, do not let my enemy close over me or rejoice at my downfall. You don't have to rejoice. Leave them to God. You move on. You do the things, loving on yourself, telling yourself every day you're beautiful. Go out with your friends if you have to. I never recommend it, nor a therapist. I'm not a therapist, but they always never recommend that you eat to suit, but do something different. Travel. Call a friend and chat on the phone. Cry. I remember I had girlfriends, man, who used to be sitting and just listen to me vent. To do to take care of that romantic side and dream. Sit down after you go through the process, cry, go through it, sit in the feeling, dream about the life that you want and who you want to be with. Professional rejection can be tough. I went through that too last year. So including job application denial, promotion, funding rejection, unsexual pitch or proposal, often linked to career and self-worth. Sometimes our identity is what we do. And I find that when our identity is identified with what we do, it can sometimes become a rejection. What do I mean by that? When we value our life with what we do, and for example, I am the founder and owner of Warm Vibes Custom Candle. That's my custom candle. Visit the website www.warmvibes.ca. Anyway, and if someone said, I'm not buying your candle, I take that personally, right? Or I go to someone and I pitch them a business idea and they're like, no, your candle is not ready for the retail market. Of course that will hurt me because my identity is aligned to my business. It's aligned to it. Am I emotionally attached to it? Is it healthy? No. Is it something we need to work on? Yes. I'm not saying that you can't have emotional attachment. Job rejection. If you apply for a job and you don't get it and they deny